Hey everyone, this is Neil Napier here. Just give me a very quick one if you can hear me okay, and two if you can see the screen as well. One and a two, so I know you can hear me, I know you can see the screen as well, and we'll get started very soon. All right. So today, obviously, we're going to be talking about how we generated, in our case, how we generated an extra $25,000 per year by asking 3 simple questions generated by AI, and hopefully how you can copy and paste the same formula as well. So let me see, who do we have in today? I see a lot of new names I haven't seen before. Thor, good to see you. Kazipi, you too. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. Fred, Axel, Thomas, Jonathan, Bruce, Perry, Hans, David. Perfect. Also, let me know, by the way, what part of the world you're coming in from. It's always good to hear from you, from people that are coming from different parts of the world. Of course, as you know, I'm in Finland. Luckily, it's getting quite warm now, so that's really good. And summer's almost here, and I'm excited about that. So Eddie coming in from Texas. Eddie, welcome to the session today. Let me just see. I think the messaging is a little bit all over the place. All right, I see the Mike coming in from Vegas. Chicago is Balmy 88. Kisha coming in from New York. Singapore, Thailand, must be late there. Westchester, PA, says Dennis. Awesome. Okay, Hans says Hans as well. Good. I can see all your names, by the way. I think I can see all your names, but just in case I don't call you out when you answer a question or when you ask something, don't worry, we will answer you in chat. What I do want to do now is I want to focus on getting you the benefit of being here on this session. Look, I appreciate it that it's not easy to show up to these sessions. So the fact that you are here, I appreciate that. And we're going to dive in, and I want to show you a few things that are going to help you generate more leads and make more sales with those leads in your business in 2022. Now, I do want you to put your distractions away for the next 30 minutes or so, because it is important that you give me your full focus for the foreseeable future. Now, of course, as you know, we've hinted at that before you joined this session, but we're going to be talking about surveys. In fact, it is possible that before you came in, you answered this survey. So we actually ran this survey earlier. I'm just going to move this over a little bit, because actually I'll keep it here for now. Okay, you answered the survey earlier, and maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but that's okay. But here's what I want to tell you. We asked a ton of people, why did you sign up to hear more about SurvAI, which is something we'll be showcasing to you today. And most of you said, I want to know how to grow my business by running surveys. So most of you, you may be working for your clients, for example, you may be doing other kinds of business as well, but most of you are here to grow your own business, which is fantastic. And I also asked, do you want to run surveys for yourself, your clients, or both? But a lot of you said just for ourselves, but we want to do this for clients as well, which is good, because in this case, I can give you some additional training that's going to help you go out there and close businesses and do survey as a service for them. So tons of things I want to discuss with you today. So that's why I said put the distractions away, make sure you pay close attention. But one of the first things I want to address right now is why use surveys. There are a ton of different ways of generating leads online. You could be running webinars, you could be giving away lead magnets, like ebook, for example. All those systems work in their own place, but none of those systems, and I mean none of those systems, actually help you enrich the data from your audience. So you have zero clue basically as to what your audience actually wants. You may think you know that because they opted into a certain list, but they haven't told you very specifically what they want. I mean, just take this webinar, for example. You're here, and I know that you're here because you want to run surveys for yourself, your own business, and in the future you want to do this for your clients as well. And I'm not the only one. There are a lot of businesses online that have utilized survey to build something amazing. For example, the digital magazine used a personality survey to drive engagement and generate 3,000 leads. A tonic site, e-commerce site, generated an extra $50,000 in website template sales using a quiz. Quiz basically is like a survey. And then in another case, this business's email list grew by 6 times because they use survey in their business. And these are some examples of digital businesses. Local businesses are also running surveys, primarily feedback surveys, which help them improve their services. I mean, think about how often you've been to a restaurant or a hotel and they ask you, like, would you come back here again? That's a simple survey in its most basic form. But look, I'm kind of hyping up surveys. I'm telling you all about it, but there's a problem inherently in how surveys are done at the moment. See, if I think about the problem with lead generation in itself, the old ways of lead generation I was talking about are slow. You can do free guide, you can do webinars, you can do all these different things, but they cost money. So what if you actually ran a survey? And surveys are good because at the end of the day, we all want more leads, we all want more sales, and we all want to make more impact. And that is exactly why we're using surveys, because once we get the data from our audience based on the questions that we ask them, we get some amazing insights. I have used surveys to improve my sales pages, and they have dramatically increased my profit margins. We get ton more sales because now we are giving people exactly what they want. I have used surveys to segment my email list. I ask my customers like, hey, what kind of things would you like to hear about? They tell us, and we use that to segment that email list. And I have also used surveys to basically make additional sales, in effect. So if surveys really are that good, why aren't more people using this as a tool right now? Why aren't more people running surveys at the moment? So look, my goal today, after today, is to help you generate more traffic and leads. Like, that's always been my goal, to help my customers build a business that is scalable, a business that gives them financial freedom, a business that gives them time freedom. That's my focus. But a lot of the times, people are not able to do that, in this case using surveys, and here's why. We actually asked our customers, why aren't you using surveys for lead generation, for making sales right now? And this is what they said. Creating a survey is too much work. Would you agree to that, by the way? Type in a yes or a no if you feel that creating a survey is too much work. Yeah, Thomas, I mean, you actually said that even before I came to this slide. Thomas said people don't use surveys because it's hard to set up. I get that. I completely get that. And I promise you, what you will see today is going to make your life technically much, much easier. Okay, so creating a survey for some people, it's a lot of work. If you cross that bridge, if you're like, you know what, I can do surveys with my eyes closed, great. But how do I actually ask the right questions? And that's really important as well. If you've ever worked with clients, clients have ridiculous requests sometimes. Clients basically come to you with a problem, and to be honest, you initially have no idea how to solve that problem. Like, a client says, like, my customers are not buying from me, can you help me, so that they buy from me? Where do you start? What do? You don't know anything about their niche. You don't know anything about what they do. So the problem there is, what kind of questions should you ask? You don't want to ask leading questions too early, because if you ask leading question too early without understanding what the customers want, you won't really get the true answer. So you want to do a bit more. You want to ask the right question. So that's a problem that a lot of people face as well. Research, basically more hard work, says Thomas. Yep, I agree to that as well. Problem number 3, how do I actually make the right offer? Now, this is important too. I saw Franklin doing this a few years ago, where he was running a survey, and at the end of the survey, no matter what you answered, it would always take you to the same offer, which was kind of a lazy way of, I guess, making an offer. But the market is much smarter now. People have much nuanced requests for their problems. You can't solve all problems with the same product. If you do it right, you could literally offer everyone a product that is unique to them. That is, if you had a repository of such sort, right? So you can make the right offer to people based on what they actually tell you. So this is something a lot of people struggle with. We'll be focusing on that today as well. I'll actually break down in the case study how we did that in our case. So here's what you're going to see today. I will share with you 3 simple steps that you can use to generate and market, it says content on demand, to generate and market surveys on demand. Okay, so how can you build surveys quickly and then put that out in front of the right people? I will share 3 simple questions with you that we use in our case that you need to ask to turn any lead into a rabid buyer. Like, simple. I mean, 3 simple questions you put in front of them, and by the end of that 3rd question, they would have either said, like, you know what, I don't really care about this, or they would have said, I want this no matter the price. So I'll share these 3 questions with you as well. Plus, what 3 simple redirects you need to set up to build know, like, and trust with your audience while charging more money. And this is important. If you can pinpoint exactly what it is that people want, exactly why it is that they signed up with you, you can use that to build know, like, and trust with them. And today on this call, you're going to see how you can let artificial intelligence, AI, basically do all the heavy behind the scenes lifting for you as you focus on growing your business. So you've seen the power of AI over the last few months. It's becoming bigger and bigger. And today I'm going to show you how you can use AI to create surveys that gets you leads, that gets you sales. Plus, for 20 people at the end of this call, I'm going to give you an incredible package deal where we give you basically full access to our AI-driven survey creation and reporting solution. So again, this is a limited deal that we're going to offer you at the end for full transparency. So make sure you stick around until the end. We also do have a gift for you. I think it's some survey training that we had created for you. Constantine, if you can kind of have that link ready, and we can drop that around the end. If you don't know where that is, Constantine, you can just ask Dragon and he can link that to you. By the way, if you probably saw this coming in, if you didn't, a lot of people have been looking at SurvAI, just a demo, and this is what they've said. And again, you will see this is true once you actually see the demo for yourself as well, which is SurvAI takes the difficulty out of creating survey funnels. It looks good to me, a way to discover what a visitor on your website is looking for, and then redirecting them to an offer that they need. This is amazing. It's best way to chip the ice with prospects and give them exactly what they need, so on and so forth. So again, you're in for some very, very cool things today. And cool, Constantine says, so we are good for the bonus, and you're going to see that later. So you're in for a great training today, and you'll see SurvAI in action as well. Now, a quick disclaimer. I will walk you through a very specific system that I'm now using myself and is bringing me consistently great results at the time of this webinar. My results are certainly not typical, and there's a good chance that you will not get the same results. However, I am happy to show you exactly what is working for me right now for free, but do note it is not for everyone. If you've been on one of my trainings, I always make my training so that it's good, but it's specific to you. For some of you, it may not seem appealing, but for some of you, this would be the best thing ever since sliced bread. If you don't know me, on that note, if you don't know me, my name is Neil Napier, and I've been an online marketer since 2012. I started my journey to literally replace my job. Back in 2010, I was working for a bank doing software development. I got called into the office one day. They were letting go of about 1/3 of the staff, and I got let go as well. So it was a recession, banks, I mean, you can do the math there. Plus also, I was working from home. I was a little bit lazy. So to be fair, I didn't quite pull my weight. The bigger problem with that was I had to make things work. I had to do what it takes to basically start making money after that, because I only had a few $1,000s to my name at that time, nothing more. And I was in a country where my visa was expiring. If that happens, you kind of have to toughen up, you kind of have to smarten up and do things. So that's what I did. In 2012, I actually started selling information products. I did a lot of writing and copywriting before that. 2012, I started doing information products, then software in 2013. And that's what I've been doing for most part. And what I do now is I help people streamline their businesses. I have personally built a successful business by knowing what people want. And my goal is to help you today do the same. In fact, funny story, my very second product release was about that. So I did a first product back in 2012. It was fairly successful. I had about 600 customers coming in from that product launch. And then I asked them, like, look, these are things that I know really well. What would you like me to show you? And they told me. I created that product, and a couple of months after my first product launch, when I created that product, I generated an additional 1,000 new customers because of that. So again, what I'm trying to tell you here is that it is possible to use the feedback that your leads and your buyers give you to actually improve what you're doing as well, to actually create a new product for them, to create new training for them. That's what delivers the money in your pocket. Local businesses do this as well all the time. They actually, for example, a restaurant would ask, like, what could we do better? What other dishes would you like to have? And they would expand the menu. I mean, funny story, but the kindergarten that my kid goes to right now, he, 3 teachers in that kindergarten, just a couple of weeks ago, 3 teachers quit. In a single week, 3 teachers quit. So what the kindergarten did was they sent out a letter to all the teachers, they sent out a letter to all the parents, and took feedback, like literally feedback, a survey, if you will. In our case, it was online, so an online survey, and they took that feedback, and they were able to use that feedback to hire 3 new teachers, as well as then decide on what they're going to improve as a business. So again, it's not just the online businesses, but it's local businesses like kindergarten as well that are using surveys to understand what people want. And again, only because we know all this, only because we know what people want, we have excelled in business. In 2021 alone, we did just under $2 million in gross sales. It was an amazing year. I mean, it was slightly worse than the year before, as you can see, 7% lower than 2020, but it was still really good. We did $2 million approximately in gross sales, and that was awesome. Now, again, I'm not showing you these numbers to impress you, but rather to impress upon you that I know what I'm talking about. This is not the first time I'm getting a live session and delivering this to you. This is something we do day in, day out. So let's go ahead and get back to surveys, because there's a lot of things I want to unpack for you today, lots of questions I want to answer as well, and I want to make sure that we do so in good time. Now, when I talk about surveys, a lot of people think about one or two different ways in which they could use surveys. In fact, let me throw this back at you right now. Type in for me. If you could use surveys in your business, how do you think you would use them? Just give me any number of ways that you can think about using surveys in your business. Let me know. Affiliate marketing, okay, good. Segment my list, that's a really good way, Jennifer. Of course, I think it really helps, because when you actually segment your list, you know, a quick tip, when you segment your list and you mail them accordingly, their responsiveness goes way up. Okay, I don't have any clients, Bruce, that's okay. Could you use a survey with your prospects to figure out what they want? Ideas, yep, clear out ideas, find out what my customers want. There you go, to acquire sponsorship for my clients, perfect. Learn target market, biggest challenge, Thomas. That is amazing, because that is exactly where we go wrong a lot of the times. And this is where leading questions are bad, by the way. And again, I'll show you how we avoided that when we did our survey last month, which did an extra $25,000 in sales. But you need to understand what your audience actually wants, right? If you do that, you can deliver it to them. You can make sales day in, day out. Yep, give them what they want. So here's how most people typically use surveys. People use surveys to gather information about consumer needs and preferences, right? You go into a restaurant and they ask you different sorts of things. I mean, you know, when they often ask you at a restaurant, are you allergic to something? Of course, they're asking you so they prepare your food accordingly, but they also want to understand what percentage of their audience is allergic to certain things. If it goes above a certain percentage, let's say if 20% of their customers say, oh, we're allergic to peanuts, they will remove peanuts from the menu altogether, because it makes more sense financially as well. So they want to understand about consumer needs and preferences. Then they want to know, you know, survey creators basically want to know ways in which they can improve their offers. And we do this all the time as well, all the time. When we sell something, we literally ask people, what more could we add? What was the objection that you had? This question, by the way, again, this question is really, really good for buyers and non-buyers both. Ask them. We did this for the $25,000 survey. We literally asked them, thank you for getting access to this, but what was the one thing that you were unsure of before you got access? So they tell us like the biggest worry that they had, or I couldn't see the refund policy, or I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that, and that really helps. Or people that don't buy, you can do an exit survey with them. Just as they're going to exit the page, you can say, hey, looks like you are quitting on us too early. Can I quickly ask you why? Just that. Not everyone's going to answer, but even if 2% of the people answer, that's going to give you really good insight. You can use surveys to measure customer reaction and product launches or changes, whether they like a feature or not. You can use surveys to identify areas where marketing should be focused. You can ask people, for example, like, hey, what websites do you usually go to? What magazines do you usually read? Those sorts of things. You can similarly measure customer reaction to price changes, to identify areas where product quality should be improved, and then to identify customer trends. Like one of the questions that we ask all the time, and it really helps us, is what was the last product that you purchased? You know, digital product, in our case, because we sell digital products. And that helps because we know which way our customers are leaning. If a lot of our customers then say, oh, I purchased a video creation tool, I can see the market's kind of moving towards that. If they say I purchased a funnel builder, I know the market's moving towards, you know, in that direction. So it helps us understand the pulse of the market. So again, surveys can have multiple users. Find one that works for you, find multiple that work for you, and use them as best as you can. And look, if you can automate the part where you get the feedback and then you show them the right offer, that's where you're golden. So again, survey creation has been difficult until now. Survey creation is something that a lot of people tend to avoid. Like, let me ask you this question. How many surveys did you create in the last 3 months? How many surveys did you create in the last 3 months? Even though we have been discussing now for the last 20 minutes that surveys are awesome, you should do them. How many have you actually done? 0, none. LOL says, Keisha, 0, none. 2 is good, Jonathan. 2 is really good. We have done 8 surveys in the last 3 months. 8 surveys. And when I say we, I mean mostly now my team handles it, because really it is so easy to do so. I thought about it a lot, says Thomas. Yeah, unfortunately, again, a lot of people tend to think about it too much, because creating surveys is too much work. You don't know what questions to ask, and you don't know how to make the right offer after that. Now, look, these are big problems. I fully admit that these are problems that unless someone shines light at for you, you won't know what to do. I'm going to show you today how we use AI to create surveys, how you can use then AI to create these surveys as well. And again, this is a simple 3-step process. I'm going to walk you through it. Then I'm going to give you a demo of that process as well. Before I do, type in a 3 for me so I know that you're still hearing me. So I know that you're excited, and it gives me just a few seconds to go grab a sip of water. So type in a 3 so I know that you're still with me and you want to see the 3-step process. Okay, I'll wait for the comments. All right, perfect. Good. I haven't put you all to sleep. That's always a good thing. Coming through great, says Thomas. Good. Okay, so step number 1. Look, it's of course a lot of the steps that I'll show you today are going to be in line with the software, but I'm going to make sure that you can execute this without the software as well. Of course, it's a bit more of a process there, but you can do this without the software too. But you can automate a lot of things, and then you will see it. It'll make sense when you see it. So step number 1, you can either start to create a survey from scratch, or you can pick a template. If you do decide to do this manually, basically what it means is you can copy a survey that already exists, or you can build one from scratch. So you've got a couple of different options. With the offer that we can actually give to you, we have, believe it or not, over 220 ready to go surveys that you can copy and use. Okay, so literally we've covered a lot of different markets. I can't remember all of them: fitness and health, affiliate marketing. There's a ton of those in there, and you can utilize any of those 200+ surveys in your business. And this is typically what the surveys look like, right? So a good survey should be a combination of an open-ended question to gather subjective data, and then multiple choice questions. So actually, I'll explain to you the structure of a good survey. So one of the first things that you want to ask is a subjective question. Why? Because when someone starts answering your survey, they're kind of more in the mood to share, because they have admitted to wanting to share something with you. So you ask them a subjective question. So a question that they will feel like, hey, they have an opinion on to answer. 1 or 2 of those are pretty good. You can do 3 as well if you want to. Then you see a few yes and no questions here. Those are good, so you can ask yes and no questions. But what's missing here, and you can add them too, by the way, is multiple choice questions. Now, multiple choice questions, it's typically where you have a predefined idea about, let's say, a particular problem, and then you ask people to pick one of the answers that applies to them. For example, I would say, how often do you create surveys in your business? I would say, okay, once a month, once every 3 months, once a year. Pick the option that fits you the best. And that creates a good segment for me. And we did the same thing. Like if I just show you this one again, we use literally the same survey to ask you these questions, right? Who do you like? Do you want to run surveys for yourself, your clients, or both? And you answer those. Those are what we call multiple choice questions. Those are really good. We didn't have a subjective question in this case, actually. But then we also have yes or no questions. And yes or no questions are really, really good, because that is actually what drives the sale forward, right? A simple yes or no question would be something like, if the budget was right, if everything was good, and if we were to get a one-on-one call and show you how we can help you lose weight, grow your business, find the partner of your dreams, would you invest with us? Yes or no? If they say no, no need to jump on a call with them. If they say yes, by all means talk to them. So just a bit of insight into what kind of different question structures you can use. Don't worry, I'll explain this a bit more in detail. So again, we use SurvAI. It's a pretty good tool because, as you will soon see, it actually gives you all these question types. In fact, if I just go back in here, I can show you right here. We've got about 10 different question types. So let's go back in here. You've got multiple choice questions, short text, long text, yes or no, drop down, which is basically how people select, what they fill in. Phone number you can collect email, the date if you want to. You can give numbering. You can collect ratings as well if you wanted to. Ratings are good for local businesses more specifically, so that works really well. Okay, so in short, essentially, you can use surveys to collect data in many different ways. Kisha's got a good question. Let me see. Do you have a template for crypto or gold? Robert, I think we do, but if not, we can get it added. Like, we can literally get it added. I honestly don't remember if we have that or not. Let me see. How would I survey a diverse audience of 5 million plus followers on Instagram for a client of mine who is a known celebrity? Are there any influencer templates that are pre-designed? We don't have influencer templates pre-designed, but that depends on what niche your client is in. Are they in health? I'm guessing yes. Could you narrow it down a bit more? Are they in losing weight, getting muscles? Which one is it? So I guess if you can tell me that, I can tell you which template to go for. But again, in there, you have to be clear on the objective of those questions. If you are surveying 5 million people, you don't want to go with a survey that basically gets you precise answers, because you won't. The distribution of their answers will literally be 25, 25, 25, 25 if you had 4 options. So initially, window tint says Oscar. Okay, we don't have template for that, I'm pretty sure, but you can ask those too. Robert, my team tells me we have 10 of crypto. So there you go. But again, Kisha, coming back to you, if you are doing what we call a survey to a mass audience, first you want to segment them. So this survey is not to basically, put them in behavioral buckets because 5 million is too big. This is more like a demographic survey. So you would ask them, where do you live? What age group are you in? What's your marital status, if that was important? So the wider you go, the more broad your questions, more demographic questions you need to have. When you go narrower, you can ask more behavior type questions, and that becomes easy to answer. I hope that helps, Keisha. How about ADA compliance? We don't have questions about ADA compliance. Look, folks, I want to tell you this right now. If you are selling something like, let's say, ADA compliance as a service, your customer is not going to answer a survey directly about ADA compliance. But I'll actually, create a survey live in front of you for those that are asking. But your question to you, the survey to your audience needs to elicit a positive response to hear more about what you have. Okay, so let's say if I was to sell someone ADA compliance service, like, hey, I'll come in and I'll make your website ADA compliant. My survey is not going to be, do you know what ADA compliance means? Do you know, is your website ADA compliant? Okay, it could have those questions, but my question to them would be, have you ever been sued for lack of compliance on your website? Did you know that last year, I don't know, 10,000 businesses had to pay over $100 million because they didn't have ADA compliance? Yes or no, right? So you want to ask questions that sort of make them interested. So again, we'll build a survey live, and I'll show you that, all of it today. Okay, so step 1 is basically either picking a template or creating one from scratch. And this is where the magic happens, actually. I'll show you how to create one from scratch soon. Step number 2 is you literally use our artificial intelligence and a couple of keywords, right? You literally use artificial intelligence and a couple of keywords. You put in how many questions you want, and then you go ahead and put in a keyword. In fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. And then I'll show you a demo that we have created specifically for you. So if I go into choose from template here, right here, we have a ton of different templates, right? We'll have a search button available here as well at some point, but you can just control that, for example, right now, and you can see all the crypto ones that we have. Then we have travel. I don't think we have anything targeted to like local, but let's say if I wanted to create one for ADA compliance, right? So I'm going to go ahead, that is offering ADA compliance as a service. So let's say if I go into in a compliance demo. There's a ton of things you can do in here. You can password protect your surveys and whatnot. I won't worry about that just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start putting in questions. Now, I can, of course, ask my own questions. So I could, let's say, drag and drop this yes or no, and I can say something like, do you know what ADA compliance means? Right? Save. Another one, drag and drop this. Is your website currently ADA compliant? Yes or no? Right, you could also just make it multiple choice where it could be yes, no, or I don't know, because some business owners may really not know if their website is ADA compliant. Now, this is me typing questions manually, like it's okay. But let's actually ask questions. Let's actually create questions using AI. So I'm going to go ahead and let's say get 4 questions, and the subject is ADA compliance, and the demographic is local businesses. And the language in this case, I'll choose English, but you could do that in Spanish, French, German, and Italian. We're adding more as we go. So let's go ahead and generate some questions. Okay, so the questions get automatically added in here. You can delete the ones that you don't want. So first question, do you feel that all businesses are required to comply with ADA regulations? Yes or no, right? So you can just copy the same question and you can change it to yes or no. Do you feel that all businesses are required to comply with ADA regulation? Have you ever encountered a business that was not in compliance with ADA regulation? How did it make you feel? We can delete this one. We don't really need it. What, if anything, would you like to see done to improve ADA compliance? Right? I can also go ahead and create yes and no questions. I can also create multiple choice questions. So let's go ahead and do a couple of those. ADA compliance for local businesses. There we go. I'll go for 4 questions actually, or 3 in this case. Generate questions. It takes a few seconds, and we basically create questions for you in the background. I'm not sure what happened here. I think it was because the information that we got was truncated, so that was why. I'll check to see what happened there. But in this case, as you can see, we basically had questions created for us automatically that we can use. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and show you a demo that we have created for you, and you can basically see how this works. You can see how you can create your own surveys in absolutely no time. So I'm going to play that for you, and I'll come back and answer questions, and I'll show you a few more things. Hi, this is Neil Napier, and in this demo I will show you how SurvAI can be used to generate qualified leads by using survey funnels in your online or in-person business. Leads that will essentially tell you what they want, and you just have to show them the right offer. To use SurvAI, you simply need to follow 3 simple steps. First, enter a keyword. Then select your questions. And finally, publish and profit. Your business can grow through qualified lead generation using the power of survey funnels. Here, let me show you. Let's say that you have a business named, I don't know, how about Kaivio? And you wanted to better understand what people coming to your website were coming for. Sure, you've created a great website, but your web statistics show that a lot of people were coming to your site and not telling you who they were. They had not selected any of the great offers you had, and so you didn't actually know anything about them. But now you have just created and set up your first SurvAI survey and embedded it on your homepage. You even spiced it up to offer your visitors a chance at winning the monthly prize. Your first question is about how they found your site. Was it through a Google search? Did they type it in? Or perhaps some other way? A simple non-threatening question to start with that can tell you something about your SEO and general marketing. Then you can start to qualify leads. Our second question asks them if they're interested in your latest product. At the time of this recording, that product is Content Gorilla AI. Now here's where the survey funnel features really shine. You see, if they select yes on this survey question, it will take them, when they are finished, directly to the Content Gorilla AI sales page. No need for your customer to wander around your page hoping to find the page they were looking for, which too often they can't find and they click away to watch some cat videos on YouTube. You can also offer some higher ticket items like coaching or other training. And don't forget to ask for the email address so they can be notified if they win, and you can follow up on their answers. Then after your SurvAI design survey has collected some answers, you can take a look at the back end of SurvAI and see the answers that were gathered. It will add the gathered leads here, which you can either download as a simple CSV file or send them directly to one of our integrated autoresponders like Mailview. While we are here in the back end of the software, I will give you a brief rundown of what's actually inside. Our dashboard setup is fairly clear and helpful. Status is clear, visible or not. How many questions each survey has and how many responses have been collected. Now let's take a look under the hood by clicking on Manage Survey. We showed you the embed feature on our GuideView page. You can also just have the survey as a standalone page and SurvAI hosts it for you and includes all the bandwidth you need. If you no longer want the survey to be accessible, simply turn off the visibility right over here. You can also limit access to each survey with a password and limit the number of times someone can answer a survey so as to ensure more precise results. Now the questions tabs is the real power of SurvAI. This is where the magic happens. Here you can see the survey that I embedded on the GuideView page. Right here is the switch that enables the smart redirect feature I talked about earlier. You can create a variety of questions to gather the data that you want. Multiple choice, short and long answer, yes and no, and you can have them select from a drop-down list, rate their preferences using a star or a slider rating. There are also questions that gather data like email, phone number, and other details. The real power of SurvAI is the artificial intelligence question generation. You can select from short answer questions, yes and no questions, and multiple choice questions. Let's give it a try and see the 3-step process that I talked about earlier. Click on the short answer and set it to 4 questions. Here's step 1. Enter your keyword. I'm going to enter marketing. And for the demographic, I'm going with online marketers. Click generate questions. Then our AI brain presents us with the 4 questions that were generated. This is where step 2 happens. Select the questions. I'm going to grab the 2 that best fit my marketing plan. What is the best way to measure the effectiveness of marketing campaigns, and what are some of the common mistakes made in marketing? Then I simply delete the ones I'm not using and add these 2 to the survey. I can rearrange them until I get my survey just how I want it. I would follow the same steps to have the AI generate yes and no questions and multiple choice questions as well. Then step 3, publish and profit. I can click select the custom URL or grab the embed code to publish my AI generated survey and begin to send my leads through my survey funnel that offers them exactly what they want every single time. Features like customization of colors and various text fields are included so that you can easily get the perfect look for your survey. When the customer is done with the survey, they are taken to the thank you page where they'll be offered any call to action you want. The results area is comprehensive and you can easily export your results to see what people say. The leads area will be where you will find the leads that were collected from one of the SurvAI forms. SurvAI helps you spend less money on ads, less time running your business, and more time enjoying the fruits of your labor. With SurvAI, you will generate qualified leads quickly. Qualified leads that will be more willing to buy from you because you actually listened to what they wanted and offered it to them, which will quickly create a buyer's list that you can continue to sell to over and over again. SurvAI takes out all the guesswork and all the technical obstacles. You just point the direction you want to go with your keyword, choose the questions that best fit your marketing plan, and then share that targeted survey with your audience. Heck, you don't even need a website. SurvAI has everything you need to grow your business with AI-generated survey funnels. Fantastic. So let me bring you back. And some of you said the audio went hopefully was fine for you, but if not, don't worry. I will walk you through this one more time. Robert, I hope you can hear me okay now. Let me know. Let me just see some questions. Okay, I think it's good. But look, once I actually tried that again, so this is a problem that happens sometimes with questions. When the questions come in and they're not something we can reconcile, it errors out. But I tried the thing again. I basically I chose multiple choice questions and I ran it, and these are the 2 questions that it brought for me. And let me show you why this is really, really good. So simply asking, what is the Americans with Disability Act, ADA? You can ask that from the audience, from the people that are answering this, and to be honest, if they don't know the answer, it means they're probably not compliant, right? So that tells you who you should work with. And then you can do the same thing for this one. Do you know what are the requirements of ADA compliance? Do you know what are the requirements? If they answer the question incorrectly, again, that means they are not really following that, and that gives you a reason to follow up with them and say, hey, look, I went through your answers. They're not good, unfortunately. It means that you probably are not compliant, so come work with me, right? How can you ensure you can just change this to how can you ensure your business is like ADA compliant? They'll say, okay, I want to hire an ADA compliance consultant. I want to review the ADA standards and regulations, download the checklist, or take an ADA compliance training course. So based on this, you can basically follow up with them and you can make the right kind of offer. If they're like, you know what, I'm happy with the course, you sell them a course. If they're like, I want to hire a consultant, you go offer one-on-one service. If they say, I want to download a checklist, give them free checklist. Okay, so that is what you do. This is all step 2. Robert, you're jumping ahead. We'll come to step 3 shortly, which is where do you share the survey? How do you get responses to that? What about an autoresponder? Fred, what about an autoresponder? You can collect an email address as well. So for example, let's go ahead and drag and drop this in. So it goes all the way to the bottom. I'm going to move it all the way to the top. I will say, what is your email address? Oops, sorry. Let me go back there. Okay, there we go. There you go. So what is your email address? So we can follow up with the results. You ask them that question, you collect the email address, and a couple of things happen. Let's save this for now. In the results section, the email addresses get published as well, right? So the email addresses get published in this case. Let me go back here. Okay, so you can go to results and the email addresses will be published here, number 1. Number 2, they will also be in the leads. So you can download them, you can export these emails as a CSV. Alternatively, if you've integrated your autoresponder, let me go into settings, actually back to questions. But if you've integrated your autoresponder, let's go into integrations. Then you can collect those leads as well directly to them. So in our case, we have Mailview. We integrate also with Sendia, GetResponse, iContact, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, MailerLite, MooseSend. So you can do that as well. Okay. Bruce, it's a great idea. We don't have it yet. We can look to do something like this in the future. So Bruce is suggesting it'd be good to have some sort of QR code so we can just share directly with a prospect from a cell phone. Yeah, we can look to do that in the future. We don't have that yet. But look, I mean, we've done, you know, this is a survey, 38 responses. We had 38 responses in the survey, which is what we use to basically improve our offering. So we used the survey, we ran the survey, we asked our customers, why did you buy a certain thing? Why didn't you buy a certain thing? And we utilize that data to essentially improve our sales page, improve our offer. And once you do that, once you basically do that, you are then able to utilize that data to improve your offer, or then to follow up with people that didn't buy for whatever reason. Okay, all right, so that's demo. Let's go to step number 3. Okay, so my team actually tells me, Bruce, my team tells me that the QR code feature is in beta right now. So it is something that we have, but we are still testing it. And after that, we can make it available. How does that sound to you, Bruce? Let me know. If you were to activate that within, let's say, a couple of weeks or so. Okay, step number 3, you share and analyze. So share and analyze is actually quite easy to do. Within the survey itself, let me bring that up now. Within the survey itself, let's go find it. Okay, right here, you've got a couple of options to share it. You've got the survey URL, you can embed it as well. This is something we are doing. I mean, that's how we got a lot of the responses for people coming into this webinar, for example, is we had an embedded survey, and that helps us collect that data. But when you have a survey URL, which by the way is, this is basically, how should I say this? It's unbranded, so it's not branded to us. It's not branded to SurvAI. So if someone looks at this, they don't know what software product is being used underneath. Okay, so that's good for you, obviously. But in this particular case, when you utilize this, You can send this via email. You can post this as a survey, in different Facebook groups where you are a part of. You can run ads to this. I know someone, Ryan Levesque, his name is, he runs the Ask method. He talks about using surveys as well to do lead generation, and he literally uses that to create segmented leads to whom he can sell stuff. So that's what you do. And because we give you pretty much detailed results, you can do with this whatever you want. You can use this to qualitatively understand what your customers are after. You can use this to improve your offers and do a ton of other things as well. Okay, but let's go one step further here. I want to go one step further and show you what else you can do with this. How can you actually turn this into a 2K to 10K a month sort of service? What if you wanted to do this, and in fact do this completely hands off as well, but still collect anywhere between 2K to 10K a month? So with the special bundle deal that we are doing today, which we'll come to shortly, we have included the agency license as well. And this is how it works. In fact, let me show you with a bit of math. Look, I think you can quite easily charge $100 to set up a survey, possibly even more. Depends on who you sell to. Obviously, if you're like, hey, but I just want to go on Fiverr and do this for $5, fine. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But you can quite easily charge $100 for a single survey. If you want to go above and beyond, you can even give them access to SurvAI for a high upfront cost, which means you can tell them like, hey, for an extra couple of $100, I'll give you access to the software as well, no limits whatsoever, right? You can do that as well. So quite easily, if you were to create service for them regularly, if you were to give them access to this, you could charge about $250 a month. Now that's a big opportunity because you don't have to do a lot of work for that. It'll take you 15, 20 minutes max to create a survey, test it, integrate it, do everything that needs to be done, and then you're done. If you put in a couple of hours of work a month, especially if you outsource a lot, this is easily worth $3,000 a month level of service. Now that, in effect, is big, and it's even bigger if you have a product to sell like we do. So here's my offer to you. What if we were to give you everything you need to create, use, and sell surveys for yourself and for your clients? What if we were to literally give you a bundle deal, an exclusive bundle deal that unlocks every single thing within this entire funnel? And you'll see what every single thing is in just a minute. I'm a numerologist. Am I pronouncing it right? I'm a numerologist. How can the bundle support my work? Well, let me actually show you what the bundle contains, and then you can see what you can do with it. Okay, I mean, look, for someone like you, this is perfect because with what you're doing, you're basically helping people decode their name and their birthday. So you need to get those details from them. Once you have those details, you can set up a mechanism so that you can basically deliver them customized reports based on their answers, right? So I think it's pretty easy way for you to make money with this as a service. So let's go ahead and look at the SurvAI exclusive bundle deal. We start with lifetime access to SurvAI commercial license. So inside the commercial license of SurvAI, you can generate unlimited high converting questions in seconds. So what I showed you earlier was basically us using AI to create these questions. Now, just so you know, every time you hit that generate questions button, it costs us a little bit of money. I don't mind spending that money if it gets you results, which is why we're giving you unlimited question generation. So you have literally zero restriction how many questions you can generate with it. 10, 1,000, 100,000, go crazy. Okay, you simply have to put in a couple of keywords and that creates these questions for you. There's a drag and drop survey builder included, and you can also do page-based surveys. So you can do multi-page surveys as well. Okay. All right. Just asking my team for something. You can also create 10 different types of questions with this. You can do multiple choice, short answer, long answer, yes or no, drop down, star rating, slider rating, dates, email addresses, phone numbers. You can pick a template or you can start with the blank canvas. Now, just so you know, the commercial license comes with 10 done for you templates. Okay, just FYI. But again, the bundle deal unlocks all of them. You get dynamic smart redirect system. So based on what people answer, based on what people say, you can redirect them to a page of your choice. Alternatively, there's a generic thank you page. You've got smart survey protection, so you can restrict people from answering it more than once. For example, you can restrict it by password as well. It's up to you. You can customize surveys as you want, and you also get full survey analytics behind the scenes. And then you can share your surveys directly also on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or you can just copy the URL and share it accordingly. Okay, there's built-in authentication, fully cloud-based, and we have excellent support for you as well. And of course, we're including the commercial license as well. Okay, so you get that too. Now, when you get access to SurvAI today, you're also going to get some fast action bonuses. If you know me, you know we run additional trainings when we offer you software. So on Monday, can't remember the date right now, let me just check. On Monday the 16th, we are running a bonus webinar for you where we're going to show you basically how to make 6 figures with surveys. So we're going to go into more details as to how you can run lead generation surveys, how you can redirect people to the right kind of offers, how you can basically create offers on the fly so you can collect money. I mean, that's a really cool system where you can even sell something even before you've created it based on what people are answering. And then when you've collected the money, you can then go ahead and create that offer. So we give you that. We also give you sales graphic rush and email survey funnel. Look, I think SurvAI is perfect for you if you are a digital marketer, if you are a social media marketer, running any kind of blog, doing affiliate marketing, if you own a website, if you're a coach. I mean, coaches is perfect because coaches do a lot of high ticket sales based on surveys. Okay, in fact, one of the affiliates I know, one of the affiliate marketers I know is running like this kind of survey. I think his video is right there. So you can embed videos too, by the way, right? So you can watch the video and you can answer questions. And that's how he's running it. I mean, you can use that for high ticket lead generation if you want to do that. All right, let me go back to the slides. Okay, you can also do this for e-commerce or if you're just working from home for other businesses, all of that. Okay, all of that. Okay, so you get that. And look, there are definitely other service solutions out there, but what we are trying to do is we're trying to take a more AI approach with it. For example, one of the features that we're looking to develop in the future is also the ability to analyze the data for the subjective questions. That will be good. I mean, if you get a ton of subjective answers and you want to bring that together, find patterns, that's something you'll be able to do in the future. We're working towards that. So all in all, SurvAI has a ton of features that you need basically to create and run surveys. Now that's just a commercial license. We're also giving you access to SurvAI Unlimited. With this, you get to create unlimited surveys. Now, of course, we also offer you unlimited questions, but you get unlimited surveys as well. Plus, you get 4 years worth of done for you surveys. So we have thought that, hey, we can give you like one done for you survey a week. But we're basically giving you those in advance for the next 4 years. So we have 200 plus done for you surveys built into the system, and you're getting access to all of those. So you can be up and running with surveys much faster. You can have unlimited questions we talked about. You can also collect unlimited responses to the questions. So that's something you get as well. Now, one thing we actually, it's not in these slides, but you get access to as well, is we give you rebranding capabilities. So you can put in your own logo instead of our logo, number one. But number two, you can also use your own domain where people see the survey. So you can create your survey in SurvAI, and when you send people link to that survey, that could be your domain. Now that's really important for branding and credibility, because then people see your domain and they're like, hey, you know, I can trust this person more because this is their own website, right? So we give you access to all this, and we also give you upgraded brains. So in this case, you know, there are, if you know anything about OpenAI, for example, there are a couple of different engines that create these questions for you. With this unlimited upgrade, we give you an upgraded engine. So the quality of questions that you have basically goes up. That's really good, because the better questions you have, the better answers you can get. And we're also offering you some exclusive bonuses, which is our customer list builder training, squeeze page generator, as well as an amazing banner creator. So you get access to those as well, along with, of course, all the unlimited features. Now, this also is part of the bundle deal. After this, you will get lifetime access to Power Suite Unlimited too. Now, some of you may already have this, some of you may not. If you don't, you are in good luck, because Power Suite is basically a collection of 10 different applications that are perfect for any new business starting out. Like when you are new, you don't need ClickFunnels, you don't need tools such as Photoshop. You want to be able to get up and running fast. This is what this app does. It helps you create social images quickly. It helps you create ads quickly. It has a built-in logo creator as well. You can use Scratch and Mint to collect leads. It's got a bonus page builder as well. It's got done for you offer page builder, a thumbnail creator for YouTube videos, as well as an opt-in form creator and a simple page creator, and done for your link tracker as well, which is one of the newest apps that we put in. Now, just so you know, they are simple to use. We have purposely kept them simple enough for you to use. So you can come in, you can basically have your first landing page up and running within 10 minutes. I promise you, it really is that simple. That's because we have removed 80% of the things that you don't need to make money. We're asking you to do the 20% of the things which are enough. So you get unlimited access to Power Suite, which means, you know, unlimited logos, unlimited links. You can create unlimited traffic. You can track all those different things. And on top of that, you also get a commercial license to this. So you get access to all these features along with a lot of other bonuses. Look, I'm not even going to stop and go through them right now because there are literally so many. This is one of my favorites, by the way, Product Creation Bootcamp. And this is something you need if you want to make sales with surveys, because we talk about basically how to create products on the fly. So if you follow what I told you earlier, you can create survey, collect answers, and then make an offer on the fly. And then once you've collected the money, that's when you create the products. And this walks you through all of that. So this is the entire list of what you're getting as part of the Power Suite Unlimited license. Now, for those of you that may have bought it before, you know that you paid, I think it was $47 plus $197 for this, but this package by itself is going to be available at $197. This package, just the Power Suite. Bundle a bit more, but you'll see it's not so much more. So the exclusive bundle deal comes with SurvAI Lifetime Commercial License, SurvAI Unlimited License, and SurvAI Power Suite Power Up. On top of that, which I know is already amazing value. Remember, you need to do surveys because other businesses are doing that. Other businesses are making money with that. The people on Fiverr charging $25, $30 for a single survey that takes them an hour to create. I'm showing you how to create surveys in 15 minutes, polished all together, and then sell them for $100 each. On top of all this, you're also getting access to SurvAI 100 agency license. Now, this is in effect a complete done-for-you software business. Of course, we keep the branding to keep the authenticity, but you get 100 seats inside the software that you can sell as your own. All right. Now, on top of that, we give you some bonuses to image, file hosting and sharing, and Link Customizer Pro. But again, I want to focus on what you're getting with the agency seats. We're literally giving you a seat which is going to cost you about, which is what you're going to be paying like much more than. Wait, let me rephrase that. Each seat in this package with the bundle deal will literally cost you a few cents, but you can turn around and sell that for $27, $47, $100 one time, month. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so you get the agency license as well. Let me actually show you inside what that looks like so you can see this for yourself as well. So you've got this place here where you can create users, right? And then you can go in and you can manage users as well. Oh, this is where, by the way, the custom domain setup is. So this is how you set up your own domain. Okay. Then we also give you survey salesman training. Now, this is what's included in this training. We actually created this and we were thinking about offering this to you later on for a price tag of $197, but we decided to include it in the bundle deal for you as well. This is a training that you need to basically do surveys right. So we talk about why you should use surveys to sell, what questions you should ask, the discovery phase, the stealth phase, and the close phase of a survey. And if you have Kyvio, if you're a Kyvio user, how to use surveys with Kyvio, as well as some additional case studies. And of course, as always, some bonuses. So again, if you're thinking, why do I need this course after buying SurvAI? SurvAI is a tool that helps you create surveys. This is a training that helps you create the right surveys. Okay, just think about that. You're getting access to all of these: commercial license, unlimited license, Power Suite Power Up, SurvAI Agency, Survey Salesman. You're getting access to all these. Now, altogether, this is easily priced at $2,285. And look, I haven't even counted the bonuses in this yet. I'll come to that in just a few minutes. But as always, when we do these webinars, you want to do a special deal. You want to do a special deal where we give you basically irresistible value for a low, low price. So that's what we're doing today as well. I'm going to show you the link in a second. If you want to get it early on, type in bundle so we can paste the link directly for you in chat, because you'll be able to get access to this entire deal for much lower than what others would be paying for it as they go through each and every step. If you buy the bundle license under the business agency, what can we sell when you create an account? You can sell the front end, only the front end. And trust me, the front end is good because it gives them the ability to create unlimited questions, and that itself costs us a lot of money. But that itself is very, very powerful in that. Okay, so you're getting that ability. So SurvAI exclusive bundle is not going to cost you that much at all. I actually forgot to put the actual price in here, but it's going to be $247. In fact, if you can link that to everyone, Constantine, that would be great. So it's going to cost you $247. I'll show you where that is. Give me just 1 second as it loads up. There we go. Okay, so you can read all about it right over here. The video will change. I may already have changed if you refresh it. But with this, you get the commercial license, you get the unlimited license, which is, by the way, $197 per year. You get access to as well SurvAI Agency, you get access to SurvAI Salesman, and you get access to Power Suite Unlimited. So you get access to all these tools. Plus, I want to go back to the presentation for a second. Let's go back here. So you get access to everything I've shown you so far. Plus, on top of that, we also give you Asset Box. Now, this Asset Box is a hidden upsell. This is something that you're not going to see right now in the funnel. It is something that we have hidden from everyone, but it's something we sell to our customers often, and we sell for $497. It's basically a collection of 100 done for you funnels, opt-in pages, products to sell, sales pages, videos, everything done. So we're giving access to this hidden upsell Asset Box as part of this bundle deal as well. On top of that, I showed you this earlier, but you're basically getting 14 additional software bonuses as well. So you're getting 14 additional software bonuses. And of course, we talked about the live webinar training as well. So you're getting access to all these different tools, all these different bonuses, the trainings, software, and all this has a combined value of $5,627. And if I go back here and show you this one more time, you can see this is the hidden upsell that we talked about, and these are all the bonuses that we discussed about as well. Sales Graphics Rush, Webmasters Photo Kit, Customer List Builder, Squeeze Page Generator, the amazing banner, image plus file hosting and sharing, Link Customizer Pro, 5 done for you follow-up swipes, Facebook training and finding local clients, Virtual Sales Bot, AdSpy Pro, Product Creation Bootcamp, which is one of my favorites, Web Copy That Sells, and Professional Business Courses. So this is literally a crazy amount of value. Plus, we also have a special bonus coaching call with a marketing coach. So when you get the bundle deal, we'll send you a link, not this week, but I think next week you can book a one-on-one, I think it's a 20 to 30 minute call with our marketing coach. This isn't a no strings call. We're not going to try and upsell you into something else. We basically want to help you to make sure that you get value from your purchase. So that's something that you get access to as well when you purchase the bundle deal, right? That is really insane amount of value, and the price is $247 per year and then $67 per year. Now, $67 per year applies only to the unlimited upgrade from next year. And just so you know, if you were to buy the unlimited upgrade by itself, that would be $197 per year. So just to paint the picture for you, you pay $37 for this, and then you pay $197 per year. You're locked in at about, let's say, $235 plus $197 per year. That's how much you would pay just for the main offer and the upgrade. So pretty much for that price, I'm throwing in the agency license for you. I'm throwing in the SurvAI Salesman for you. I'm also giving you Power Suite Unlimited, and I'm saying that instead of paying $197 per year from next year, you pay $67 per year if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. You obviously lose access to these features from next year, but that's probably okay, right? Depends on you. I mean, I'm quite sure you'll get 20, 100 extra value out of that in no time. Plus, you also get this hidden upsell, and of course, you get all the bonuses as well, and one-on-one coaching call with someone in our team as well. So we give you access to all these different things that is included for you in this deal. And just FYI, if you were to buy it separately, like I said, you'd pay $37, $197 per year, $197 for Power Suite, $197 for agency, $47 for salesman training, and the hidden upsell box, which you may get pitched later if you don't get this now, is $497 one time. So you're literally getting access to everything that I have showcased on this webinar for $247, as well as then an annual payment if you want of $67 a year. If you don't want to go for that, you can just go for the commercial license and unlimited direct, and then you pay 234, I think it is, if I have my math right, and then 197 per year. So the choice is pretty much yours. Choice is pretty much yours, but we have made it easy for you by giving you an incredible deal today. So let me know in the chat box who's in. Just type in I'm in or type in bundle, so I know that you have jumped in. I know you're getting this incredible deal. What I'll do in the meantime is I'll stay here and I will answer all of your questions. So what is the annual renewal rate? As mentioned, Sandra, with this bundle deal, it is 67 per year. If you don't get the bundle deal, it is 197 per year. And yes, this is my way of thanking you for being on this session today. This is my way of giving you an incredible deal that basically reduces the price for you in the future. Okay, Keisha says purchased it. Amin says Crispin. Angelina says bundle as well. Good. So the 67 per year is grandfathered into the perpetuity. Yes, it is, Crispin. It is grandfathered into perpetuity. So Thomas, again, just to clarify, the annual recurring part is the unlimited license. So which is where you get the rebranding, where you get the 200 plus done for you surveys as well. And I want to give you a bit of roadmap to this too, just so you know what's coming down the pipeline in the future, because again, I think that's important. So when I first came across this idea of SurvAI, I didn't want to just create another survey tool. I mean, there's a ton of other survey tools in the market, SurveyMonkey being one of the oldest ones. What I wanted to do with this was the ability to basically, number one, do smart surveys. That was the first thing. Second thing, because AI is so big right now, is how can we generate surveys quickly? We've already achieved that. You can now create surveys in literally minutes, if not under a minute, if you know what the survey is about, which you mostly do. But another thing I want to do with this in the future is, as I said, I want to help you distill the data better. So I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to do a PhD. I actually stopped that early on because I wanted to focus on business and the funding was kind of crap in the PhD, but I used to do a PhD and I was actually interviewing blind people. I was talking to them about their technology use. And I had about 100 hours of audio to go through. When you have 100 hours of audio to go through, when you're done transcribing it, you then have to literally read each and every sentence to understand what it says. It's a lot. So it's the same with surveys. If you are collecting, let's say, subjective answers to survey, it's hard to really read between the lines. So one of the things that you want to do in the future is help you distill this data into actionable items. It's a long road to do that because it's something we have to do iteratively. But what that means is if you're going to be running any kind of subjective surveys, that's fantastic. Keep the data there, which you can. You know, your data won't be removed because you can keep your surveys active all the time. And when you keep those surveys active, basically once we have the features set, then you can learn so much more about what your customers were saying. You can read between the lines without having to actually sit in front of your computer and do so yourself. Thomas says, Neil, you have a PhD, just not from university. Yeah, there you go. I do in that way, I guess. I'm in for bundle, says TK. I'm in, says Fred, as well. If you get the bundle, which includes the agency for 100 licenses, will you allow 100 customers to have unlimited for only 67 per year? No, 197 per year. No, Dave, I won't. The sub accounts that you bring in, right, that's what you're talking about, they will have to upgrade at the regular price. So just so you know, SurvAI, because it's all AI based, the costs are like how it is with an autoresponder. I mean, they're not that high, but the costs are recurring like an autoresponder. So for that reason, when we do close out the launch, and I know you hear this all the time, like, oh, you know, we're going to raise the prices, we're going to go recurring. When we do raise the prices, when we do close out the launch, we are basically going to be moving strictly to recurring model. Like, we want to grow this as a recurring business because, again, look, I want to be upfront with you. Surveys is not everyone's cup of tea. I get that. It's okay. I'm not forcing anyone to do surveys. If you see the value, if you see how much money you can make it, you'll do it. If you don't, you won't, and that's okay. So our core market is not JVZoo. Our core market is businesses outside. I'm talking even about enterprise level businesses. Okay, I'm talking about enterprise level businesses that will pay us literally $100,000 a year for something like this, which does, you know, like I was saying, the advanced distillation of data. So I have no intentions of repeating this offer again beyond the launch period. I really don't, because long term, if we keep doing this, we lose money. So to answer your question, Dave, I know I kind of rambled on for a bit to answer your question. If your customers want to buy, let's say, the unlimited version, then they would have to pay whatever the price is at that point. The 67 per year is for you, it's not for them. Okay? Bruce, I can have Constantine link that to you. Constantine, you can answer Bruce, please, and have that link to him. Okay? Trying to buy bundle, but it is in loop, cannot get the payment page. I'll just try one more time. It's going to work for you. Just try. I mean, it's definitely working for other people. It's one of those things that you just have to wait, maybe because there's a queue or something. I don't know, but it will work for you. Just hang tight. Okay, so look, again, this is what the entire package value is. It's about, and I'm not just saying value, like I'm not saying this is what we value the package at. This is what it is selling at right now. Right now, this is selling at $1,172 plus $197 per year. Okay, $1,172 plus $197 per year. So based on that, if I think about just that alone, I think this is pretty incredible value. I don't know what you think. Would you have advanced training for users who are interested to serve clients at enterprise level? Crispin, not at this point. Like, we have planned some trainings anyway for people generally who just come in. I think the problem with advanced training, and I appreciate where you're coming from, problem with advanced training is that there won't be enough of our customers who'd want to do that. I think I could be wrong. I mean, we can, again, do a survey in the back end and understand this. And then if we do, I don't know if they'd be willing to pay enough for it so that it's worth our time. And I'm just, it sounds like a cold capitalist right now, but I'm just telling you that if there's only like 5 people interested and they want to pay 97 bucks, it's not going to be worth for me to put out an entire training just for that alone. So we're going to do a survey for that in the back end, with you all, and I'll see basically where you want to go to next, and we can take it from there. Is that okay? Let me know. Okay, can I set this up on LinkedIn? Eddie, you can. I mean, it's just a case of sharing the survey link on LinkedIn and you're good to go. Okay. If we are charging people monthly to use the sub account and they upgrade, will they have direct access to purchase through you? If so, how will that allow us to continue getting paid by them? So Kisha, they will purchase directly via us, but we will have a mechanism inside. We already have a mechanism inside where they can basically purchase from inside the platform. They can purchase the unlimited if they don't have it. I'll talk to my team to make sure that we can get your affiliate links embedded in there as well. How about that? So we'll make sure that we ask you to put in your affiliate link. So if someone wants to buy from inside the app, they will click on that link and that'll be your affiliate link. Then you get paid in perpetuity commissions for that. Is that okay? Let me know. Let me see. Among anyone who doesn't understand the value of this package or just doesn't get it, or they don't know the quality of what you produce, Neil. No, I hope people do. Look, I really hope people do. I'm not an aggressive salesperson. I just don't, we're at that stage right now in business. I'm at that stage in life that if you buy, great, I get to work with you. If you don't buy, it's okay. I'm looking forward to the next person that does, because it allows me to focus on people that are ready to take action. In fact, I'll give you this quick story, which, might resonate with you. I was once talking to someone who had worked as a diver, so a Navy diver. And what Navy divers quite often do is they, in situations where, for example, there's a boat, boat accident, the plane crashes, they go in to recover survivors. And he was telling me, like, I asked him very simply, because his work was really fascinating, because he was a diver going into very difficult situations. And I asked him, like, hey, it's always about women and kids. Like, is that what you do? Like, when you go into these search and rescue missions, do you go and help women and kids? Is that what you do? He said, no, I mean, we can't, because, well, basically we don't know who's who at that point, but I can only help people that reach out to me, that are basically closest to me. So when they want to help people, they help people that are reaching out to them, that are closest to them. And I think of you the same way. If you're on this webinar today, it means to me that you have extended a hand, or at least you're in my close vicinity, that I can help you, that I can, put a bit of extra effort in, and I can work with you to help you be successful. If that's not you, that's okay. I can't help you at this time, hopefully in the future, but if I can, then I'm looking forward to it. That's all. Okay, Dave, so the commission on recurring is going to be 30%. So you're asking, Dave's basically saying if one of our 100 sub account users pays 197 per year, can we get 50% of their commissions? No, the commission on recurring is going to be 30%. That's non-negotiable because that's what we offer to every affiliate under the sun. So it is 30% recurring for recurring sales. Okay. Amin just purchased. This is an absolute no-brainer. Thank you so much, Matt. I'm really happy to see you inside. Again, like I said, this is not for everyone. I'm not for everyone, but that's okay. If I am for you, then I'm looking forward to helping you build a business with this. I mean, if you already have a business, which again, I hope you do, then I'm looking forward to help you extend that. I'm looking forward to helping you stretch that by utilizing SurvAI. Fred says advanced training sounds good. You know what? We'll do a poll. We'll do a survey with you in a couple of days, and we'll see what you want to do next. Okay. There's only one price level, PJ. So the price level, you can see the link again. Constantine can drop the link for you again. The link basically is $247, and then it's $67 per year, which is alternative to you paying $1172 plus $197 per year. Crispin, I'm not sure if I follow, like, what do you mean support LinkedIn? So I mean, with LinkedIn, you just have to copy paste the link. That's all you got to do, and it works. Like if I just go, let me just open up SurvAI here as well, I can check. So when it comes to sharing the survey, you can literally just copy and paste the survey URL, paste it anywhere you want. We have a LinkedIn sort of connection built as well, and you have to integrate with LinkedIn, or actually you don't, you can just post it on LinkedIn direct. Let me see if I can actually show you this. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me see how I can show you this without disrupting behavior or experience for everyone. Okay, so let's do this. There you go. So you click on that and then you can share it. Okay. Okay, questions, more questions, please ask. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. Please send me a bundle link to purchase MailView. I heard Neil mention early on, I need an autoresponder. So Keisha, for autoresponder, of course, I would recommend MailView because that's what we have, that's what we do internally, but I will have Constantine basically link you that again personally as well. This is a complete no-brainer, something I just couldn't pass up on. Fred, I appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. Yes, Dave, that is correct. So if Dave is asking if our sub accounts pay you $197 per year, you would basically pay me the 30%. That is correct. But actually do note, Dave, like I said, we don't intend to keep unlimited at that price after the launch period. So we are going to price it even higher because honestly, again, we are putting out insane value. So they might even end up paying more. I don't know what price point that would be. Might be $297 per year, and you get paid 30% of that. Thomas, great point. Syndicate your service if it makes sense with SynRanker. Yep, if you have SynRanker, which we offered a couple of months ago, then you can literally, as Thomas suggested, syndicate your service just like you would syndicate a blog link, because that will get immediate and residual traffic back to you as well. Yes, Bruce, so commercial says collect up to 100 responses. What does this mean? Limited to 100 surveys for lifetime. So Bruce, what it means is 100 responses per survey. So for one survey, once you get 200 responses, we'll basically close down the survey. Or we'll just say the survey is inaccessible now, or it expired. That's what it means. With unlimited, you don't have that worry at all. Okay, I meant to have SurvAI ready-made questions get more to the professional space. Makes sense. You know what Crispin will do? I will also, and I'm making a mental note of that, Constantine, if you can do that for me, let's also survey our audience to see who they serve. And based on that, we can create more custom surveys for you guys and put it all in there. Because honestly, I mean, I don't want to kind of like, it's actually quite easy for us to create these surveys. I mean, it's actually, that's why we are offering this to you. Like you wouldn't believe it, but I had my team and I love them, so nothing against them. Like I'm just using it as an example. They're all based in Philippines, the people that worked on creating these surveys. And it took them about 2 hours each. So there were 4 people working. It took them about 2 hours each to create 50 surveys each. So it's actually quite easy for us to do this for you. I'm happy to, raise this number from 200 to 1,000. It will take us a few weeks, but if we can have 1,000 surveys in there for you, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. Okay. So that's what we intend to do. And we'll just ask you first, though, about your niches so we don't do the wrong ones, obviously. Yeah, makes sense, Crispin. Makes sense. Okay, Sandra, I'm not sure what's up with the link. Just try a couple more times. Try it in a little bit. That's okay too. I mean, this offer is valid for a little bit longer. You know, we don't have any forced scarcity for you. Hey, you can just go ahead and purchase as soon as basically the sale goes through. So it's okay. Okay. If you have any questions, folks, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you as well. Just keep them coming, and I can answer those questions. All right. Okay, cool. Kisha, no problem. Sandra, thank you for that as well. Without many survey templates, maybe a favorite section to save time with search. That is actually a good idea, Thomas. I'm going to make a note of that too. Let me just make a note. Okay. All right. So Thomas is saying basically a favorite section would be good, so they can just select which survey they want to create, use, and then they can run with that. How about we do another demo now? If it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes to demo it again for you. And then you can tell me what you think of it. By the way, I think oh yeah, Cheryl's asking, where's the link for staying until the end? Constantine, could you please link everyone to the special bonus that we had reserved for everyone? That'd be great. I think you should have access to it. If not, you can ask Dragon about it as well. So yeah, I'll let you handle that. But let's go ahead and look inside the app again. So I think, as I was saying, there's really only one other app that has the survey creation feature, and actually use them. It's expensive, so they charge you about $30 for, I think it is like 100 questions. So you know it adds up quickly. In our case, you don't have to pay that. It's basically unlimited questions that you're getting on the front end already. But their questions were like simple one-liner. They don't do multiple choice, which was kind of strange. So let's go back into the survey, and let's assume I want to just, of course this says ADA compliance, but I want to do a different kind of survey now. So give me your niche, give me your market. So tell me basically, let's look at this. Tell me what kind of questions do you want to ask, and then what is the demographic that you serve? What is the demographic that you serve? Constantine, I think that link is broken. I think because there is no space, like it's broken. You may want to short link it or something. At least I can see that link is broken. So yeah. Yep. Okay, so let me know your niche. Let me know who basically you serve, and I can create a survey questions for you live. So let's say in my case, okay, I do a lot of email marketing stuff. So I'll use the LinkedIn example in a minute, Crispin. So let's say if I said email marketing, and I want to target copywriters in the language English, in this case, just to keep it simple. Okay, so let's go down all the way. The questions get automatically added to, oops, let's stop this. I don't know why my computer does that. Okay, all the way to the bottom. Okay, there you go. Do you believe that email marketing is still an effective means of marketing? Yes or no? Do you feel that email marketing is intrusive and or annoying? Yes or no? You see the blue screen of death, but it will go away soon, I promise. Okay. Do you feel that email marketing is a valuable tool for building customer relationships? Do you believe that email marketing is a cost-effective means of marketing? And these are good questions to ask, because based on these answers, I know whether or not someone wants to do email marketing. If people say no to, let's say, all of these questions, then I know that they're not an email marketer. Then I can instead focus on spending my time to educate them rather than just trying to sell them. Okay, so that's an easy way to basically understand more about your audience. Let's say if I use someone else's example, retrenched PMET professionals. Now, I'm going to have to search to see what that actually means, Crispin, because I don't know what that means. First, I want to understand that, I'm targeting right people. I don't know what retrenched actually means. But let's go ahead and create short text questions. And I'll just do this for PMET professionals for now. Okay. So then LinkedIn, well, what is the question? What do you want to ask them, Crispin? I mean, I'm sure you don't want to ask them about LinkedIn, right? what it is that you want to ask them. Give me some ideas there. Niche is stress management, target is strong women. Okay, that's fair. So you want to ask them about stress management. Thomas, I'll come to that shortly. Jennifer says, I have a diverse list, pet owners, affiliate marketers, small business owners, etc. I want to segment. Jennifer, I'll give you that example as well in just a minute. Crispin, let me know soon and we can run yours. Okay, those who are currently unemployed looking to pivot. Okay. Let's say career changes. You know, you have to put in the right kind of keyword for it to give you questions. But let's try and see what comes up from this. I have no idea. It's basically OpenAI. It might surprise me. It might confuse me. Let's see. Okay, there you go. Here on. What factors influence your decision to change careers? You know, that is, of course, if they're in the process, do that. What did you do to prepare for your new career? What challenges have you faced in your career? What advice would you give to someone considering a career change? That's not useful enough because obviously they're not all changing careers. But let's talk about unemployed, and I'll go for PMET. Yeah, professional. Yeah, let's generate questions. Just 2 for now. I want to see what comes up. How long have you been unemployed? What have you done to find a job? So this is, of course, you know, you want to be very precise with what you want to know, and then this will give you questions accordingly. So let's say if I said, so now as you can see, I'm being very, very specific just because I want to see what it says. I have no idea what it's going to say, but I want more specific questions because questions so far were a bit generic. So what are your top reasons for wanting to move away from your current PMET career? What are your top reasons for wanting to be unemployed? Well, obviously no one wants to be unemployed, but you can change that question as you want. So again, it's all about what you put in is what you get out. And the good thing is you can literally run this unlimited times. So just keep experimenting, keep putting in things that are more relevant to you. And yeah, you can create more questions like that. Crispin says, good enough as I can temper the questions on my own. Perfect, Crispin. Jennifer, let's do you next. I have a diverse list, pet owners, affiliate marketers, small business owners, etc. I want to segment. So in your case, I would run what we call a multiple choice question. And I would just say, you know, question subject is, what is your area of focus? The problem is because you have a very, like, you don't even need to generate questions here, actually. What am I doing? Because you have a very diverse crowd, we can't really set them all from AI because you have to ask them questions to segment them. Okay, so your questions need to be, again, multiple choice. Let's go ahead and put that in. But your questions really, like the very first question literally is, what would you like to, let's say, what area or what topic are you most interested in? That is literally the first thing I would ask them, which would be affiliate marketing, ad choice, and say owning a pet, and that sort of thing. And again, I'll be honest with you, Jennifer, this is quite varied. It's hard to come up with one specific server that will get you a sale from this. Like it's almost impossible because at this point, all you're trying to do is you're trying to understand who's who. So I think just start by basically segmenting them by asking them multiple choice questions. Let's see. Niche is stress management and target is single women. Okay, let's try that. So I'll do multiple choice questions here. So area of focus is stress management and demographic is single women. Let's generate some questions. Okay, we'll scroll all the way down. Okay, there we go. What are some common symptoms of stress? So just basically asking them directly what are some common symptoms of stress, or ask them like, what's your most common symptom of stress? I feel overwhelmed, I feel out of control, I feel constantly rushed, or I feel tense and anxious. That's one question. What are some common methods of stress management? I mean, you can reword that as, what methods do you follow for stress management? I do exercise, yoga, deep breathing, meditation, and you can add another option that says none of these. And the next question is, what are some of the benefits of stress management? Like, what, in your opinion, are the benefits of stress management? Or what would help you to get proper stress management. Okay, it'll improve my physical health, it'll improve my emotional health, it will improve my mental health, it will improve my work performance. So this way you can see which way people are leaning, and you can do surveys accordingly. Okay, I hope that helps, Thomas. Yep, love it. Thomas says leads right into e-courses and coaching. Fantastic. Oh yeah, absolutely. Jennifer says, I understand, can I send a second survey from their response to the multiple choice? You absolutely can. I mean, here's a clever thing you can do too. Let's say if you were to ask this question, like literally one question, first the email, of course, and one question, what area are you most interested in? Based on their answer, you can actually redirect them to a second survey. When they say, I'm interested in this, you can say, hey, thank you so much for your answer. We'd like to gather more information about your email marketing ventures. We'd like to learn more about your pet affection. Let's talk about that. So you can absolutely do that too, which is a bit more advanced, but pretty cool actually. Cheryl, I can't access the link above. Are you sure it's correct? This unsafe. No, Cheryl, it is definitely correct. I think you can link, Constantine, you can link it directly to Cheryl as well, the sales page link, so Cheryl can check out the bundle deal. Neil, you have a brilliant marketing mind. Thank you, Keisha. Perhaps you may want to consider including a PDF with a list of general questions that would help spark thoughts for those that are having trouble coming up with questions. Keisha, it's a great idea. I will absolutely do that. And I think this is something we will address more on the bonus session that we're running coming Monday, where we'll go in deeper into basically, you know, how to go about structuring the right kind of questions. So exactly what I've been talking about, but we'll put that in writing. So Crispin says, so like if I'm coaching PMETs to create their authentic storytelling as part of their pitch, what is your background? What decision did you make to get started and what you're doing now? That is perfect, Crispin. Again, you're asking more broad questions early on, and it's good to get people to type out the answers. I mean, if you force people to pick one of the other options, they won't really open up to you because you're pigeonholing them into 4 options. So when I do a first survey with people, I always try and do a subjective survey because I want to learn more about them. I want to learn about their behavior, about their preferences. And once you have those details, you know, once you have an offer to make, you can absolutely go into asking more pointed questions or multiple choice questions. Okay, so some of the strategies, you know, there's a ton more to kind of look into and share over time, but I'm hoping that you can see the power of this bundle deal. I'm hoping that you have jumped in or are going to jump in very soon. I'm quite proud of what we have created. Again, this is not like a mass appeal thing, which I get, that's okay, but those that have it, those that use it will make far more money, will have far happier customers than those that just basically buy a push button software that, you know, generates content, which we have too. But this is a different deal altogether. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any questions, please ask. Otherwise, the link is right over there. You can go to that link. You can get your exclusive bundle deal. We have told our affiliates and partners not to mail about it. So just FYI, if you don't get an email about it, that would be why. But this is a deal that you can get. The link is there. You can bookmark it. You can make sure you check it out before it all goes away and utilize it. Join us on the session on Monday. We will really dig deep into how you can build an entire business on the back of this. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Constantine, if you could please drop both the sales page link and the bonus link for everyone, including Crispin, that'd be great. Fred, I appreciate that. Fred says, Neil, you have completely outdone yourself. I appreciate that very much. Again, I'm looking forward to building some cool things with it, and don't be surprised if you hear about this in the enterprise circuits in the future, or circuit. Okay, I'll just leave the session up for a minute for Constantine to drop the links. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon.